Hello, good evening. My name is Miss Ng, and I'm from the Shaler North Hills Library. And there we are. Okay, now I'm live. Okay. Hi, my name is Miss Ng. I'm from the Shaler North Hills Library, and I would like to read to you a bedtime story, another book from the Little People Big Dreams series. This one is about Bob Dylan, and he is a very accomplished songwriter and musician. This one is written by Maria Isabella Sanchez Vergara, and he really has written so many songs. And he might not have a voice that you would think, dude, that guy can really sing, but it's a very unique voice, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, Bob Dylan. And one of the cool things about Bob Dylan is he is from a wonderful state that has produced many talented human beings. He is from Hibbing, Minnesota. And Minnesota, of course, is where Judy Garland was born. She was born in Grand Rapids. Jessica Lange is from Minnesota. Prince was from Minnesota. So Minnesota, it's a pretty great state. Anyway, Bob Dylan, Little People, Big Dreams. Growing up in Hibbing, Minnesota wasn't very exciting for little Robert. He was the eldest son of the Zimmermans. He liked to listen to music on the radio and imagine that he was somewhere else. There it is. His mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Zimmerman. Robert Zimmerman was his real name. Inspired by his rock idols, Robert taught himself the guitar, the harmonica, and a strange instrument called the auto harp, which he played to an audience that was easily pleased. And I don't know if you can see he's playing to puppies right there. And it's always, puppies are wonderful to practice reading, all kinds of things, and practicing the auto harp too, apparently. At school, Robert would rather be invisible than draw attention to himself. When he took part in a talent show, the teacher turned his microphone off. Bob sounded like a dog whose leg was caught in barbed wire. That's harsh. That's harsh, but I don't know. Google some of his songs and you might agree. I don't know. Still, he's a really talented dude, though. That didn't stop him, though. He experimented with rock, blues, and country music. At college, he found his rhythm playing old folk songs. The simple tunes were written by ordinary people who told stories about everyday life. You can see, there he is, with college friends, singing his folk music. Bob soon started composing his own songs. He had a real talent for writing rhythms and rhymes and making words fit a beat. The songs were poetic yet powerful, and he wrote them under his new name, Bob Dylan. One year later, Bob dropped out of college and moved to New York. There he was a nobody, but he had his guitar, his harmonica, and another useful instrument, a hat. He was determined to use it, passing it around in bars where he played. That was so people would put money in it. I mean, they would hear him sing and play, and that he was hoping for like a little tip. One day, a guy from a record company came to one of his gigs. He was impressed by Bob's raw force, fresh lyrics, and offered him his first music contract. Times were changing, and Bob's life was about to change too. And he did write a great song called Times They Are Changing. Google that one, man. Bob's music spoke about things that mattered: civil rights, war, and religion. Without trying, he became the voice of a generation eager to change the world, putting down in words what millions of people felt. He did that great song, Blowing in the Wind. His songs became anthems sung by the most amazing artists of all times, and they reached millions of people. Many of them had not heard his voice or known his name. But you know what? Bob didn't mind. He didn't really care if he got the spotlight. He just wanted his music and his lyrics to be heard. And you can see these other people. You might recognize some of these names: Guns N' Roses, Jimi Hendrix, The Byrds, Johnny Cash. Instead of giving interviews or playing at being a star, Bob preferred to keep to himself. For him, a perfect day was working on a poem, riding around on his motorcycle, or talking with his friends. And that looks like New Mexico to me. But I guess it could be Utah. Being an artist meant being free and not caring about what others might think. Bob moved from folk to rock or pop, trying new sounds and exploring new and different styles, challenging himself as well as his fans. So if you like rock music, you could be like, oh, I love Bob Dylan. And then maybe his next song would come out and it would sound a little more country. And you might like that too. He received all of the awards an artist could dream of, and he was the first musician ever to be recognized with a Nobel Prize for Literature. But in true Bob style, he didn't show up for the ceremony. Today, little Bob, one of the greatest musicians and poets of all time, feels cool just being himself. He's an ordinary person who says what he thinks and does what he likes most, writing songs. And that, my friends, is the little person, Bob Dylan, who had a big dream, who became a pretty famous singer and songwriter. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, and you sleep very well and have even more good dreams. And if you want, you can like post like what your favorite Bob Dylan song is, if you want. I think mine's All Along the Watchtower. But just because I don't really know the words, but I just like how it sounds. So I like Jimi Hendrix. Anyway, love you guys. Bye. Good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye. For Mighty Math 10:15.